out with freshly shampooed hair. I just shampooed my hair. I shampooed twice with a clarifying shampoo and I followed up with a moisturizing shampoo. I used the clarifying shampoo twice because I hadn't shampooed my hair in about a month and a half. And I followed up with a moisturizing conditioner. And as you can see, I just sprayed in a leave-in conditioner that doubles as a heat protectant. I'm separating my hair into 4 sections. They're probably not equal sections, but just, you know, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Detangle each section before you two-strand twist it down and pin it up. You want to make sure to detangle from ends and then work your way up. Once I do that, I go back and then comb my hair from root to tip just to make sure the comb goes all the way through. But starting out, you want to make sure you start with the ends and work your way up. I'm going to have quite a bit of shedding because, as I said, I hadn't shampooed my hair in over a month and I wasn't wrapping it. I hadn't been doing anything since we've been on quarantine. Shedding. As you can see, I have 4 sections and I'm going to start with the back. So on this side of my head, I will use the blow dryer with the comb attachment. I start at the ends and work my way up, same way I do when I'm detangling. You want to make sure you get the roots really good so that once you start the flat iron process, if that's what you're going to do with your hair afterwards, you don't have to go over your hair more than once. You want to get it as straight as possible with the blow dryer. Also remember to only blow dry your hair when it's clean, freshly shampooed. You don't want any extra oils or grease in your hair when you're blow drying your hair because you're just burning that into your hair, frying it into your hair. Also, I do blow dry my hair on high heat, and that's just my personal preference. I am a licensed stylist, and I do know some stylists use medium heat to blow dry. It's really just a personal preference. Use whatever works for you. My hair is extremely thick. It's not coarse, but it is thick. So high heat gives me the best results. So you want to make sure you cover every area of your head and also get your scalp dry. So as you're blow drying, you want to make sure that the heat is touching your scalp. Not to the point where it's burning your scalp or anything. You just want to make sure you aren't just blow drying your hair without blow drying the roots. Blow drying the roots will also help to get that scalp dry, especially if you're going to follow up with a thermal style after the blow dry process. I always go back over just to make sure it's dry. And there you have it. This is the side that's been blow dried with the comb attachment. So we're going to pop that comb attachment off. I didn't have the nozzle with me when I recorded this, but it is better to have the nozzle on the end of the blow dryer just to control where the heat will blow. But I'm still going to get it done. Like I said, it's a personal preference also with using a comb attachment and using a paddle brush or a denman brush. Here I'm going to use a denman brush with the blow dryer. So you guys seen me split that back section into 2, and that's because using smaller sections with the denman brush gives me more control. Instead of trying to do large sections and the hair blowing all over the place, it's just a little harder for me. I like to split that into 2. Whereas with the comb attachment, I can dry more hair at once. It's much faster to use a comb attachment. That's why some people prefer to use a comb attachment. Usually at home on myself, I do use a comb attachment. When I'm at work or working on a client, I always use a paddle brush or a denman brush. Um, it just gives a smoother look, a silkier look. It gives shine. It's just a different kind of look. Um, but when working on myself, I don't always have time to do it this way. So the comb attachment works for me. As you can see right here, the hair is just bouncy and flowy with using the denman brush. Oh, and yes, my face and my neck is very shiny, but that is shea butter, baby. No, but seriously, I had put shea butter on my face to moisturize when I got out the shower. Okay, guys, so right here you can see me using the blow dryer to follow the brush. That's chasing the brush. That just helps to get it straighter and to make sure you aren't concentrating the heat or air, whatever, in one area. You want to make sure you're following where that brush is. So you want to get the hair dryer from root to tip. So you just want to chase where you're going with your brush, denman brush or paddle brush, whichever you prefer. All done. As you can see, there is a difference. The side where I use the denman brush, it is straighter, longer, shinier, sleeker. Obviously it's hanging longer because I was able to stretch it more using that brush than using the comb attachment. Still, I say there is no right or wrong. It's just a personal preference. Do what works for you. Happy blow drying. Remember to only blow dry your hair when your hair is clean, ladies. No extra oils or grease. And until next time, like my channel, subscribe, and comment.